Now, on this channel, we don't really care if you're Tory, Labour, SDP, or Reform UK. We will hold you to account. Now, if need be, we will praise you if you do the right things, and we will criticise you if you do the wrong things. This is about the speculations around the potential future leadership campaigns and what Sajid Javid is up to behind closed doors, and why it's important to tell you about the real Sajid Javid behind the mask. Hello everybody, welcome to the first video of the day. This is about Mr. Javid, the Health Secretary, who is a bit of a flip-flopper. When he's not in power, he tells you something. When he's in power, he tells you the exact opposite. Now, Sajid Javid is apparently holding some sort of drink reception today, later today, Thursday, 30th of June. Is a special advisor's reception. Sajid Javid and the Department of the Health and Social Care, the political team, have invited people to summer drinks with nibbles and everything on the balcony. Now, obviously during each summer we have all the drink receptions in Westminster and the whole bubble get together, gossip, and that's just normal behavior. Firstly, there's been criticism because Guido points out this story in terms of who's actually funding, who's paying for this event, the drinks, because on the one hand it's a governmental team, the political side of the government. On the other hand, the RSVP email address is the parliamentary email address of Sajid Javid's office. So that's just, it's not as important, but it does matter to kind of make sure who's actually paying for the drinks. Is it the taxpayer or is it the Tory party, essentially? And now, Sajid Javid is the same person who came out recently, a while ago actually, said that NHS needs to cut diversity and inclusion jobs. He said that we need to fight against waste and wokery. Sure. What happened next? Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. The NHS are still hiring diversity officers, managers, and consultants. They are still pushing for the mandatory language, inclusive language. They're still fighting against this agenda to cut waste, because they're still wasting money like there's no tomorrow. Sajid Javid's rhetoric is completely pointless. He says it because that's when the Tory party needs to get public support. In reality, nothing gets done. Let's talk about another issue when it comes to Sajid Javid. Just before he became Health Secretary, so during the days of the lockdown, the first and second lockdown, he came out towards the end, just before he got the job, just before Matt Hancock went around kissing people in Parliament. He said he was a freedom fighter. Sajid Javid came out and said, "I'm going to fight for your freedoms. We're going to have to stop advocating for lockdowns and measures. We have to stop talking about health passports, immunity passports, or whatever they want to call it." And he actually said that we will end everything on the 19th of July, Freedom Day and everything else. Well, again, either empty promises, but this guy is a professional politician. He knows. He's done it before. He's failed before as Home Secretary. Don't give empty promises, because that didn't really happen, did it? The measures didn't fully go away at the time. The health passports came in place, even though it was only for short term, but it's still, he promised us that it's going to be a freedom fighter. And since then, he's been preparing the NHS for potential future lockdown measures. He hasn't really tried to stop fighting against that agenda inside the system. What happened to that, Sajid Javid? You promised us to be a freedom fighter. What about the fact that this guy is a member of the World Economic Forum? His name is on the website. He loves attending these conferences. And the issue I have with this, the World Economic Forum group and all the weirdos, is that they get away with a lot of stuff. They're a massive international lobby group with a lot of influence, with essentially a shortcut access for if you have a lot of money, if you're rich and corporations and powerful people. The problem here, they get away with a lot of stuff because there are some people who, when they talk about the WEF people, they over-exaggerate the clown side of it. So they say, well, anyone who's talking about us, criticizing us, they're all nutters. Yeah, sure, but not everybody's a nutter. A lot of people, real people, are talking about you guys and know the true face, the true side of the WEF. You're basically Keynesians on steroids with control freak issues because you had mommy dad issues when you were a kid, basically, and now you're in power, and now you believe that your utopia has to happen. And the best way to do it is to get all governments and politicians and then all the rich people to go hand in hand to create big government, big and of course big business, because you can't trust people, can you? You can't trust normal, real people and democracy to make up their own mind and make decisions for their own lives. If Sajid was a true Thatcherite, as he claims to be, then he would not condone this behavior, this group, but they're all in it together for themselves. That's the reality. That's why I thought I'd make this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you disagree with me, if you believe that Sajid Javid is a freedom fighter, then leave a comment in down below the video. I'm going to come back in half an hour with more updates for you guys. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi and we are the media.